Hey everyone, Anthony Scott here at ToyHypeUSA.com. Today we are reviewing Iron Man subscription box from FanHome. This includes issues 117, 118, 119, and 120. Each of these issues come with parts to continue on with the build. And we're going to be showing the battle damaged armor in this video, as well as this figure fully put together, just as we've seen with them with the non-battle damaged parts in an earlier video. Special shout out and thank you to FanHome for sending this box along for review. It's greatly appreciated. To subscribe and for more information, head on over to the FanHome website. You can do so by clicking off the links in the YouTube description or the hyperlinks off of ToyHypeUSA.com. This is the final box that's offered. This is number 31. So this has been a very long review, over 2.5 years to about 3 years. I've been working on this. So it's been a really long time, and this is definitely a milestone for me. Here's a look at issue 117, as well as the parts we're going to be using for assembly. On the cover, we have Steel Widow. First article, Iron Man 2020, Arnold's Destiny. A continuation. And here is a look at assembly. These are the parts for the right calf plate. So we've done this before with the non-battle damaged version of this. This is the battle damaged version. Here's a couple of posters. And now, next article, Avengers headquarters, If Walls Could Talk. Some great images on here. A continuation. And now we have Ultimate Steel Widow. On the back, we have Iron Man 2020, Volume 2, Issue number 1 from March 2020. A description and a look at the next issue. I'm going to work on assembling now. And let's take a closer look. Here's a look at the completed assembly. Here is a closer look. Very nice deco on here. You see the battle damaged. And here's a look at the bottom. This part here is on a hinge joint, so you're going to be able to move it as shown. Make sure the screws are nice and tight. 2 different kinds of screws. And you see the R right there, representing this is for the right side. I am now moving on to the next issue. Here's a look at the cover of issue 118, as well as the parts we're going to be using for assembly. Again, this is all the battle damaged parts. First article, Basic Principles, Tin Man. A continuation. And now we have the assembly for the abdominal armor. These are going to go right on the sides as shown. Now we have a couple of posters. Next article, A Touch of Genius, Marvel's Most Intelligent. And a continuation. And we have Steel Corpse, A Living Death. On the back, we have Iron Man Volume 6, Issue number 1 from November 2020. A description and a look at the next issue. I am going to work on assembly now, which is right here. And let's take a closer look. Here is a look at the final assembly. The assembly here is on the sides. So this part right here, you should hopefully be able to see that on camera. And this part right over here, right where my finger is, these are going to be placed in there. Parts do tend to fall off easily, so just be aware of that. This is a little bit on the fragile side. And I am now moving on to the next issue. Here is a look at issue 119, including the parts we're going to be using for assembly. On the cover here, you have Iron Man 2099. First article, Korvac Returns. A continuation. And now we have a look at the steps. This is the battle damaged back armor. these parts here are going to be placed right on the back here. So here's a look at the instructions. Now we have a couple of posters. Now we have an article for Krull, Iron Man Celestial. And we have a continuation. And finally, we have Iron Man 2099, The Legacy Lives On. On the back, we have Iron Man Volume 6, issue number 6 from April 2021, a description, and a look at the next issue, which is part of the final assembly. I am going to put this together now, and let's take a closer look. Here's a look at final assembly. These two back pieces right here, these are swapped out with the previous versions. I am now moving on to the final issue. The final issue in this box and the final issue overall is issue number 120. This will complete the battle damaged armor for Iron Man. This is the final part of the assembly. So let's take a closer look. And of course, we have the parts that are included with this issue. It starts off with Lose to Win, a happy ending. A continuation. And now we have the look at the parts and the steps for assembly. This is replacing the back plates. So on the back of Iron Man, just swap out the plates. And now we are replacing the helmet. This is the battle damaged helmet. Replacing the right and left hands as shown. And replacing the breastplate. So you're going to want to put the smaller piece on first and then the larger piece. And this right here is the final assembly. Let's bring that in a little bit closer so you guys can see that. Standing on the base here. And here's a closer look at this assembly. Screwing in the breastplate. Next article, retrospective, building a legend. A continuation. And a look at the back, which is Iron Man Volume 6, issue number 14 from November 2021. A description, and there's no more final issues after this one. Instead, there's just an image of Iron Man below that. So I'm going to work on the final assembly now, which starts right here. And let's take a closer look. Here is a look at final assembly. This is the battle damaged chest plate put on as the instructions specify. And these hold together with 2 screws, and you just put this black piece in just to hide the screws. Here is a look at the back. These are the 2 back plates that were included in this issue, and they were easy to swap out. As you can see, the battle damaged deco. Here is a look at Iron Man fully assembled with the battle damaged armor. For the regular non-battle damaged armor, go back several reviews, as I had also reviewed him in that armor. But here we are just focusing on the battle damaged armor. Here's a look at all that great deco and attention to detail, which you can see throughout this figure here. Here's a look at the bottom of the feet, and you see some more various battle damage deco in various parts as I've slowly been reviewing this and showcasing all the battle damaged parts step by step. Iron Man stands at 24 inches, and when he's standing on the base, which you see all the way down here, it gives him a couple more inches, at least 3, 2.5 to 3, something like that. According to the official instructions, he is a limited edition, so If you haven't yet subscribed, to make sure to do so, because apparently there is another Marvel product coming. He is also given articulated flaps on the legs and shoulders, the reactor, hand repulsors, boot thrusters, and mask visor have LED lights. Batteries are also included, but I did not showcase that on this review. My apologies. And he features 52 points of articulation. So he is an amazingly detailed figure. This is the tallest Iron Man figure you're probably ever going to own. And finally, I have a look at the back of Iron Man. Here is the look at the battle-damaged armor parts that I've been assembling. Here's a look at bottom of the legs and everything. Overall, this is a great figure. Highly recommend you guys subscribe. For more information about this subscription, head over to the FanHome website by using the link right in the YouTube description below, or hyperlinks off of toyhypeusa.com. This is Anthony Scott, thanking you for watching this video. Make sure to come back and check out more news and reviews.